5G iPhone is here after yesterday's pre-recorded event in Cupertino, California. The 4 new models range from $700 to more than $1,000 with a range of cameras and display sizes. The 12 Pro includes a LiDAR scanner, it says. Is that really what it includes for augmented reality? Joining us now, Todd Hazelton, CNBC Digital Technology Product Editor. What have you I don't know how to say this gently. What have you played with, Todd, in terms of the phones, in terms of the iPhone?
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. What do you know about?
So I know what Apple told us yesterday. I should be playing with them soon, but I have used some of those features on earlier products like the iPad. So the LiDAR sensor you were talking about, for example, launched on the iPad earlier this year. And on the Pro models, that allows you to scan a room if you wanted to place furniture with augmented reality and kind of see if it'll fit before you buy it. And I actually used that when I was designing a nursery for my baby during quarantine here. So it's kind of useful for that, but mostly it should be used for taking better portrait photos. So you have the blurring in the background, which is pretty fun. But I think the biggest topic yesterday was probably 5G and whether or not people need to upgrade for that. And my point of view on it is not yet. And I think Apple knows that too. It's saying, you know, developers are going to build experiences, but right now, my big question is, what can I do with it? And I've talked to Google and Apple and Samsung and a lot of companies and haven't really gotten a straight answer all the time.
Different camera sizes, different features. My usual canary in the coal mine on this is Sorkin. Sorkin, $1,100. You ready to go on this? I mean, is that? Do you want the 5G, or are you not ready yet?
So for me, this is a super cycle only because I'm behind. I'm a good year behind. Usually, as you know, I'm usually right on the next phone, but I've waited. So here I am, and this phone, unfortunately, is getting a little slow on me just processor-wise. So I'm probably going to do this, but I'm with Todd. It depends. The 5G component of this, I'm not sure is what's going to really drive me necessarily to buy it. I think a year from now, the 5G piece will be really important. I also was fascinated, wanted to ask Todd about the throttling that they're going to be doing between 5G and 4G. So in certain circumstances, to try to save battery life, they're going to put you on 4G anyway. So it's only going to be in certain circumstances, on certain apps, and certain moments that they might even try to find 5G if they can, given how much battery and power that really takes. And I was going to ask how you think that's going to work, and in what applications they're going to go try to seek the 5G, if you will, and in what applications you think they're going to just put you on the 4G anyway?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I think just to answer the applications, what they've said is FaceTime will be HD over 5G, so clearer video. Usually you had to have Wi-Fi for that. And how they hand off will be interesting to see too. But generally right now, and this is one of the reasons why 5G is not necessarily a lot bigger than 4G, is that it's in the same area, especially with T-Mobile, for example. Right here, I can have 4G on my iPhone and 5G on some of the other phones I test. Oftentimes, the speed difference is negligible. So it'll come down to when the networks get their mid-band spectrum, which is rolling out later this year and into 2021, when you get like 2 times, 3 times the speed. And then there's Verizon's millimeter wave, where you're getting 1,000 megabytes per second down or something like that. The benefit then, and to come back to your question, is that you can download movies really quickly, podcasts, music really quickly, and your phone could automatically do that. Turn on when it sees 5G. Apple Music could download a playlist. But one of the big things now, too, is we're all at home during a pandemic. It's not like we're jumping on the subway. So these use case scenarios are kind of a little off to me. But again, it'll be important in a couple of years, and that people own phones for 3 years now or so on average. So there's a big group of people ready to upgrade, hundreds of millions of people, and they'll hold on to their phones long enough for 5G to really matter. So I think that's why there's a super cycle here. And then there's also a lot of great features like the cameras and stuff that people usually like about iPhones.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.